welcome to part 2 of the Streets of Rage commentary. Now it's time for us to take a trip to the beach. Do palm trees grow on the beach? I seriously have no idea. Wow. I did not know that you could kick people into a group of tires and then the tires could, just fall off. Tires are rubber. Do you think it would be that damaging? That's actually a nice little attention to detail there. Apparently the soda cans in the level have a bit of an animation at certain points, like when it's raining or whatever. You'll notice the soda cans moving around and about. But then again, this is California, where Sega was based at the time, I think. I actually have an old address book from 1993 telling you where Sega of America was. And yes, they were still there. I don't think California's beaches are that littered. If they are, somebody please correct me, but yeah, look in the background, we got billboards, we got the palm trees. This is California. But for whatever reason, it feels like New York City. Is it ever truly expressed as to where we're playing in? Because I haven't had an instruction manual Streets of Rage for the longest time. I don't even know where my Genesis 6-pack instruction manual is. I think I can probably get it. No, I take that back. It's not there. Haven't seen it since my house in Boston. Okay, now, there was something I was trying to say when I was doing the original recording for part 2, and I kind of messed up halfway through. Alright, so basically, one of the things that I like to mention here, Streets of Rage Online is my main source for Streets of Rage research, learning about Streets of Rage 4, which we never got, and a few other things here and there in between. One thing I have always wondered, however, there are some things that involve, you dealing a massive amount of damage to your opponent, especially in the first game. In co-op mode, there's an ability that you can do. You can vault over your co-op partner, and you can pretty much deal 60 health points of damage to your opponent, to any enemy that gets hit with it from the attack, or 32 if you're playing as Blaze. And one of the things I have not been able to notice yet, at least on the site, because I've looked countless amounts of times and I haven't found it, I've always wondered how much damage each weapon does. I know how much damage it does in Streets of Rage 2 and 3, but, for the knife, the beer bottle, the baseball bat, and the lead pipe, I really don't know. I couldn't tell you how damaging these things are. However, I've found that the lead pipe seems to do more damage than the baseball bat, so that's why I just stick to it. Then again, I can't tell if that's a regular baseball bat or if it's a steel bat. They don't tell you these things until Streets of Rage 2, where they actually give you names for all the weapons. Or was that Streets of Rage 3? No. I take that back. It was in the instruction manuals of Streets of Rage 2 and on screen in Streets of Rage 3. Man, I love 3. 3 is by far the best game. I know I'm just kind of rambling about here, but yeah, what can I say? I think, is there a boss coming up? Yep. This is Abedity. I remember his name from Streets of Rage 2 because he makes a reappearance. Now, one thing I really love to do with his AI in the original game, you can just do jump kicks on the side of the screen, and he will never hit you. However, in this case, I like using the lead pipe because it deals more damage in the hardest difficulty. Especially since his health is better. Oh yeah, fun trick here. Right as you defeat him, if you do your special attack, for example, if you do napalm fire or the missile shot, if you do in 2-player mode, you'll get an extra 500 points by on Abedity. So basically, he got killed twice. There's actually a glitch that you can do where he gets killed 5 times. It's on the SOR Online site. You can see it. It's pretty dang amazing. So we just got through the beach. Now we're on the bridge. There isn't really much to say about the bridge. Not really, except it has a snitching track. I really love this. And, you know, now that I'm like listening to the Streets of Rage sound font, Markey Jester, I've brought him up a few times. Markey Jester's music, especially if it's piano related, especially involving that of Speed Dust Factory 2007, which I've done countless remixes of at this point. I even have a playlist. If you haven't seen it, I mean, if you haven't listened to it, please do. Really amazing track. I wonder if his influence for the piano-based tracks were, well, at least for like making the notes, was based off of this. Because the piano notes kind of sound the same. I'm not saying that the tracks sound the same. I'm saying that the piano notes that he uses in his tracks, in comparison to Streets of Rage, sound similar. They have a similar sound, but yeah, can't say too much on that. Except it's a nice attention to detail. Then we've got other composers such as, say, like Vladicomper, Jet, STD. I like their combination of mid-Genesis, early Mega Drive feel, especially Menu Theme 2 from Winter Adventures. Winter Adventures is such a beautiful game. If you ever, it's beautiful to look at and beautiful to hear, especially if you use Redbook audio. Heck, if you put Kenny G's The Moment into your computer and play Winter Adventures, you will love the outcome. I love it. I love playing The Moment to the Frozen Island Act 1. It's such amazing. It's such amazing thing. That's not the first time I have said that in this playthrough. Well, not this playthrough. That's not the first time I've actually said that in existence. I've said that a few times before. Now this is really where you can see where the water effects are shown. You know, the 6 games that are on the Genesis 6 pack: Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Hang-On, The Revenge of Shinobi, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, and Columns. Out of all of them, I would probably say that Streets of Rage has probably the most fluid background animation. You could talk about, like, you could say that Sonic the Hedgehog's background design looks beautiful, but since when do you have like a ripply wave in Sonic the Hedgehog aside from like well, there was a revision after the not for resale cartridge. The not for resale cartridge is revision 0. Revision 1 is the version that has the clouds moving like it's a drunken hurricane in Green Hill Zone. I actually kind of like that touch, but I don't know. If only the clouds moved a bit slower. I'm sure you could do it through hexadecimal editing, but knowing me, I'm not too savvy when it comes to hacking Sonic games. I used to do sprite hacking back in my time. I used to do sprite hacking back in 2008. I never made any of them public because I was back in 2008. I was still using dial-up. Dial-up internet, yes. You do not know how bad that was. I could not bear for the life of me trying to figure out, okay, like, I've got all this stuff, I know how to upload, but what can I do? What can I do, right? So I decided to keep this private. Then my Windows XP computer got that blue screen of death. It got the true blue screen of death, which is known as unmountable boot volume. That basically means you have to reset. That means you basically have to replace the hard disk, reinstall the software. But But you see, that's only happening on the Windows XP Professional end. I can still install Home Edition and use that. I hope it doesn't format the hard disk, but still, that's some sick bullfish. And let's get rid of this green signal. Why not? Yeah. Ah, dang it, he's still alive. All right, there we go. Now it's time to fight Big Ben! Oh, jeez. Alright, so Big Ben likes to, you know, come around and then start shooting fire out of nowhere. Big Ben is one crazy mother ducker. I had the tool assist this section. There was no way that I was going to be able to do this with no damage, because, his fire is pretty dang unavoidable. And it is near impossible to move out of the way. Which is actually quite something I do not like about this title. If you time it just right, you can do a jump kick, but don't be surprised if you get hurt yourself. Also, do not try to throw Big Ben. If you throw Big Ben, you are at risk of hurting yourself. Whoa, 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 whoa! I kicked him and got hit by the fire! Holy crap, I survived! I didn't get hit! Sweet! I have never seen that before. That's the end of this part, folks. Yeah, I decided it would probably be best for me to, you know, stick to two levels per part. That way, Month of Sega 2 can kind of, I don't like to say drag on for a while, but that way it's a bit longer than it's supposed to be. Anyway, I'll see you in part 3.